Let's go back in time to last night. One of the kind of headlines from last night was that LaMelo Ball, guy that's played really well to start the season, I haven't really had too many complaints with him on the offensive end. Defensively, he's still all over the map, and we'll absolutely get into that here. He has been, in general, quite good to start the year. If you look at the numbers, he's averaging 28 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, shooting 43, 36, 89 so far this season. Has the highest usage rate in the NBA currently. At 37.2. It has become a real impressive thing watching him night after night on offense. Here's the issue. When he doesn't have it on certain nights, he is a serious problem for his team. And Charles Lee decided in this game, he took him out earlier in the third quarter than what I think he was expecting. And then in the fourth quarter, LaMelo made a pretty bad error that we'll talk about. And he benched him for the last 4 minutes of the game. So let's just kind of talk through why I think Charles Lee benched him. Charles Lee said after that he just felt like Trey Mann was giving them better minutes on offense and defense. That's fine. I think this was an accountability benching, if I'm being honest. I respect Charles Lee's public comments and don't want to act like those didn't happen. But I feel like it's a little bit clear, if you watch the tape, why he benched him. I felt like LaMelo was even a little bit extra non-accountable in this game. And we're now, we're just going to start here. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. By the way, LaMelo's numbers in this game, he plays 23 minutes. He goes like 3 for 13 from the field, has 4 turnovers, all that stuff, right? But beyond the box score, what happens here? So you get a drive here from Jalen Wilson. Brandon Miller does an awesome job standing this up. Good work. I genuinely have no idea why he goes up to almost try and block this or like stunt block this. Like Brandon Miller is right here. He's got this covered. He just leaves his man. His man throughout this game was really, for the most part, Ben Simmons. But by going to do this, he forces Miles Bridges to help the helper here and help Ben Simmons. Maybe you can say that Miles just shouldn't help onto Ben Simmons, but I mean, it's instinct at that point. Like you see your man go to help, like you go help the helper. Like it just kind of is instinctual NBA defense. And look, like Bridges does not do a good enough job. He like ends up way over here. I don't want to sit here and absolve Bridges. Bridges does not do a good job defensively on this possession either. And I think he's been really bad this year. But LaMelo like crashing down here, that's just kind of not acceptable defensively. And it leaves Dorian Finney-Smith just wide open here. And they end up drilling a 3. Offensively here, LaMelo turns the ball over this time. And he's in, I don't know, I would argue like fairly decent position here to slide over and maybe take a charge, get into position. I mean, he just completely bails here. This is a pure business decision against a guy that doesn't have like crazy pop, right? Cam Johnson can get up a little bit. He's 6'8". You don't want to disrespect it, but like this one just kind of can't happen to me effort wise. Here, he's in the corner right here. Still in the second quarter, I believe. And just gets absolutely torched backdoor. Doesn't even so much as move his feet here. Those feet are going to stay right in that spot. Until it's way too late. So yeah, attentiveness, not great in help defense. This one, picking up in transition here. Feed on the yes thing got a little bit funky on this one. So here he's back. You've got Grant Williams calling out. I've got the wide man here. Brandon Miller has stopped the ball. Caleb Martin is dealing with a trailer here. Miles Bridges is on this side here with whoever goes to the corner. This is unequivocally LaMelo's guy here. And he just lets him shoot a wide open three. And again, that's not a bad shooter. It's not a player you leave open from three. Like Dorian Finney-Smith is shooting 43% from three this season. Let's get to a quick little note from Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action. There are over 10 million members. Like I said a second ago, they invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks always puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. We are big fans of Prize Picks here. We absolutely love the app and what they're doing for the daily fantasy sports scene. Download the app today and use code GameTheory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use that code GameTheory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. My Doer jeans are truly my favorite piece of clothing that I own right now. They sent me out a pair of jeans and they are fantastic. I've been wearing these things everywhere that I can whenever I go out of the house. They are so comfortable. They look great. They feel great. They're stylish. They're versatile. You can wear them in a lot of different situations. They are fantastic, fantastic jeans. Doer is built for doing with styles of stretch performance denim and lifestyle apparel for everyone in every season. Doer has you covered for the colder winter months with fabrics like a fireside denim, which is interwoven with fleece for warmth without too much bulk. Plus, Doer's clothes are sustainably crafted to last. They're going to be a staple in my closet for years. I am going to try and get them to send me more clothes out, in all honesty, because they have been so good. I love my Doers, and I'm sure you will too. Check out Doer's flagship stores in LA or Denver, or shop online at shopdoer.com/game theory. That's shopduer.com/game theory. Right now, my listeners are going to get 20% off your first purchase when you use that exclusive URL. Don't wait. Get 20% off at shopdoer.com/game theory. So this one, again, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. I get that he does this, and I get that it's, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. But this is just very early in the shot clock for me to be doing this, and it's the kind of stuff that leads to non-movement. Your best shot here can't be a step back three from 31 feet. with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. He is so gifted. He is so talented. He can break down guys off the bounce. He can really pass it. It can't be a shot here. That can't be the option here, in my opinion. So here, I like that he gets under the screen. This one. If you're going to switch this, you can say that Grant Williams needs to be out higher. I would argue more than anything that LaMelo needs to chase over the top of this. He can't go under a Cam Johnson screen there. Cam Johnson. I mean, truly like one of the 10 to 15 best shooters in the league, probably. He's shooting 39 from 3 this year. But I mean, Cam Johnson is one of the great shooters in the NBA and really on planet Earth. You can't go under. You have to fight over that stuff. This possession in the third quarter now. I mean, bringing the ball up. Still haven't passed. 11, 10, 9, 8. Like, he's just dribbling. He just dribbles the hell out of the ball here. He dribbles the air out of the ball here. Good play by Dennis Schroeder. He thinks it's a foul, and he ends up kind of laying down on the ground there for a while, and they end up getting like a 5-on-4. I mean, like this stuff this is the stuff that like drives me crazy. Is there's just no willingness to understand that, hey, like you have teammates. Let's get the teammates involved, right? I mean, what are we doing? We're dribbling the absolute air out of the basketball here. And what are you running? Like, I get that too. But the whole thing with like the Boston offense that they're pseudo running, but you know, not as much talent, is you're trying to get mismatches. This is not a mismatch. Like Ben Simmons can stay in front of him. I don't know. That's one that would have driven me a little bit crazy. Again, another possession, no pass. Now we're over driving. End up getting a charge called. 10 seconds of dribbling the air out of the basketball there. Charge. I think Lee actually took him out after that one quickly. I mean, it's just like this is setting up as just like a basic, you know, horn set here. He rejects this screen. I mean, look. Wide open teammate, man. I get that it's Dennis Schroeder. And you think you can just beat Dennis Schroeder to the basket, but like you can't have this many possessions where you don't pass the ball if you're the point guard. He had a few of them last night. And this isn't that take anything away from his talent. He is an incredibly gifted basketball player. But like to me, again, this one is essentially another no dribble possession that leads to a one-footed step back. I know that, or a no pass possession. I know that, you know, he gives this ball up to man here and then takes the screen, but I mean, he's always getting that ball back. A no pass possession that leads to a left-footed step back mid-range jumper from 17. Like, that shit doesn't fly. It just doesn't. Now we're, you know, fourth quarter here. LaMelo driving down the court, just kind of out of control. Ends up taking a floater here, which I think at this point he's pressing. He knows that, you know, it's not going super well tonight. Again, to me, he's a great passer. You've got an option here. You've got an option here. I don't think you can take this shot. And then on top of it, he's going to compound it here by fouling 80 feet from the basket when you've actually got like two guys back here. Like you've got Grant Williams and somebody else back here. Plus you've got Josh Green sprinting back. That's why last night. That's why LaMelo got benched last night. To me, it was an accumulation of errors. Honestly, frankly, somewhat selfish basketball play and inattentiveness on defense. I don't know that Charles Lee would say all of that publicly. You know, he can say his own things. And I don't disagree with his assertion that Trey Mann gave them a better chance to win the game either. So, like, him saying that, he's not lying to the public saying that. But to me, this was an accountability benching. That's why that happened, I would guess. And plus, the bench gave them pretty good minutes last night. Like, all of the bench players last night were plus in terms of plus minus. All of the starters for Charlotte were minuses. Brandon Miller a little bit less so because he had an awesome game and played a little bit with the bench unit. But that's why. For people, you know, making a big deal out of this and saying, Charles Lee, like, how could you bench LaMelo? How could you do this? How could you do that? I have no problem with him making that choice. And I hope that it leads to some further accountability for LaMelo on defense, for LaMelo dribbling the air out of the basketball. I would just hope that it leads to more positive outcomes moving forward.